Hello everybody, it's Refresh and I'm here to take a look at Orzhov Guild Kit for Magic the Gathering. The back it says, "Welcome to the Orzhov Syndicate. This box contains everything you need to attain lavish wealth and an eternal life to enjoy it, so long as you pay your debts. Claim all that is owed to you." It contains an Orzhov deck box, 60 card Orzhov deck assembled from all 3 Ravnica blocks, plus special Orzhov basic lands, Orzhov symbol sticker, Orzhov pin, 5 double-sided tokens, and guild-themed insert, and Orzhov spin-down life counter. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. Here's our insert. Contains a deck list, and then some art on the other side. There's our sticker, and our deck box, which looks like it'll hold a sleeved deck. We get our Orzhov pin, and our spin-down life counter, which is in blue and white. Kind of a weird choice, considering that is Azorius' colors. I guess there is some black speckled into the blue there, but don't like this particular color combination. Perhaps it's for readability, but I think it could still done in black and white. And then there's our foil premium Teysa, Orzhov Scion, as well as our deck. Let's take a look at what's inside. Alright, there we go. That's our Orzhov deck. A lot of singletons, so this will be a high variance deck, and there's a bit of value and removal here. Could be a fun deck. I'll test it out against its peers, and I'll be back to let you know what I think. So the Orzhov Guild Kit appears to have some degree of sacrifice synergies, and so you have creatures that you can sacrifice and get tokens for, like the Imperious Oligarchs, the Orzhov Enforcer, the Ministrant of Obligation, and then you have other cards that give you tokens when creatures die, for example, Teysa Orzhov Scion. And there are payoffs for all the sacrificing as well. So that appears to be the goal of the deck, and then there's just a bunch of other cards thrown into the mix to play along with it. For example, we have the Pontiff of Blight, which is, I think, the only real extort option in this package. And that represents extort, I guess, and a variety of other cards here. I think that the sacrifice sub-theme does work relatively well. Even Ethereal Absolution and Debtor's Knell towards the end really work towards that sacrifice theme. And those are some pretty powerful cards, but this deck is packed full of 6+ mana cards, as you can see here. And so with only 2 Orzhov Signets, I do think that this deck has the potential to be just a little bit slow, and may not have what it takes to hold out until you are able to cast these really bomby endgame cards. And so that's one thing about the deck that I don't really like. I think that if the curve were a little bit better placed, or there were a bit more ramp in the deck, then it would be a bit more appreciable that there are all these gigantic payoffs at the end. Aside from that, I think that the deck works fairly well, although not everything in the deck is great in this particular kind of deck. Like Stab Wound really belongs more in an aggressive deck, and I guess Smothering Tithe is your ramp to play a card like Debtor's Knell, but it's just a 1-of in the deck, so you can't really rely on the ramp in this deck to be there when you need it. And I think that's what makes part of this challenging. And then I'm not 100% certain that I like the Martyred and Plagued Rusalka at 1, but they do work for your sacrifice theme, so that's something, and I guess you're trying to use that to hold off your opponent till you can play your big payoffs at the end. And then there's, you know, a good amount of removal because this is black and white, and so that is nice too. And I think in the end that makes this a fairly decent deck if you like the aristocrat style, sacrifice your own creatures, get some benefit off of it, get value, and dirtle until you can play some big finishers towards the end. And I think that that's what this deck is primarily about. And if you like that style of playing, then this Orzhov deck might work for you. Let me know what your thoughts were about this deck if you've had a chance to play it. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of these videos, you can hit subscribe. This was Refresh. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.